This is the 10th edition of the Africa Economic Conference, and it is important because it is one of the very few forums where you can convene researchers and policymakers to discuss issues that are actually affecting Africa. Researchers have for many years complained that they have these documents, very important documents, but then policymakers don't even get to see it. So this forum actually provides that, opportunity for researchers to share their work with policymakers. By the strategic plan, UNDP has a strategic plan, and we are guided by the strategic plan. Now, we recognize that all the countries have unique particularities, and we work with them, and based on their national priorities, we try to implement. Now, if you look at the theme of this conference, which is on poverty and inequality, that is one of the things that is actually being covered in our strategic plan. So UNDP work in the area of environment, governance, inclusive growth, supporting empowerment, development, to promote our collaboration with the different countries. Actually, the economic advisors, that global network, has already started. Because one, in first articulating the agenda itself, the economic program has been very active in that regard. One of the key lessons from the MDGs was that the voices of the people were not being heard. So the economic advisors have been very good in terms of working with the different countries to promote the participation at the local level. The economic advisors have already started that work, because first, in the elaboration of even the MDGs, the economic advisors have worked with the government to convene, to help them to convene, to promote the participation of the people at the community level. One of the key critics of the MDGs was that the voices of the people are not being heard. So the economic advisors have actually been working with the government to make sure that the voices of the people are being heard in the elaboration of the post-2015 discussions. Now that they have done that, like for instance the country where I am, in Swaziland, we have not only helped them to internalize the SDGs as they are, but we've helped them to even prioritize among them, not only at the national level, but at the regional levels as well. So with that elaboration of their priorities for the SDGs, these economic advisors will further work with the program, with the government, to make sure that this implementation is done. Now, there are key things that are coming up from these discussions. Gender, the importance of inclusivity, the importance of making sure that gender issues are being integrated and implemented. Now, youth empowerment. Of course, we understand Africa and the percentages of youth that we have. Over 60% in some countries. So it is important that the youth have a place and to implement and to move forward. There are many other programs, of course. You have environment is critical and very important for Africa to look at, because even though most of the environmental hazards are not from Africa, Africa tend to bear the brunt of the degradation of the environment. So these are issues that the economic advisors will work with the different countries to make sure that these are integrated and discussed, and these are also the priorities of the different countries themselves.
Any final comments?
Well, it is hopeful and very encouraging, this kind of gathering. I talked about the policy makers and the researchers, but also you have young people who are also part of these discussions. You have young researchers. It gives them a forum to showcase their work, and then for us all to work together to see how we can make this beautiful continent of ours move forward.